Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 7th of January 2025 and just few hours ago guys, the election result outcome was certified and President Donald Trump will be sworn in on the 20th of this particular month, and only because of that guys, the prices of Bitcoin has crossed the $100,000 mark once again, and there's a very high possibility by the time you're listening to the episode, the price of Bitcoin could actually reach the $102,000 mark as well. Because right now, guys, it is hovering around the $101,000 mark. Now, this just shows the power of President Donald Trump in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space. And me personally, guys, I do feel that Vivek Ramaswamy could be the next US president. And there is a really interesting news regarding him in the world of Bitcoin. And he co-founded a company called Strive. And they have filed for Bitcoin bond ETF. Now, look, guys, so far as US politics is concerned, there is a department called as DOGE, that is Department of Government Efficiency. And Elon Musk along with Vivek Ramaswamy is heading that department. And if you know guys, both of them are massive advocates of Bitcoin, isn't it? So it's great to see politicians and billionaires becoming advocates of Bitcoin. And only because of this guys, the prices of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market has been pumping up. And that is not the only thing that is pumping up guys. So far as Bitcoin technology is concerned, every 2016 block the Bitcoin mining difficulty gets adjusted, isn't it? And what happened few days ago? Bitcoin's hash rate reached a new all-time high. So in today's episode, I'll definitely go and very briefly touch base on this news. And I'll very briefly explain, guys, how the Bitcoin hash rate is calculated. Now, if you're someone who's working in the Bitcoin mining industry or curious about how the Bitcoin mining hash rate is calculated, I'll very briefly touch base on how this works. And if you do need any technical consultation, guys, please feel free to drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, since the end of last year, that is 30th of December 2024 to be precise, MiCA regulations went live, isn't it? MiCA regulations went live, and there's some really interesting update all the way from Netherlands. And 4 digital asset firms, guys, they have obtained MiCA licenses, so I'll very briefly touch base on this news. And they are MoonPay, BitState, Fintech ZBD, as well as Hidden Road. So it's going to be really interesting to see if Europe turns out to be the center so far as cryptocurrency is concerned. Now the final news guys I'm going to be talking about is connected to artificial intelligence and Bitcoin. And this is a project called Stacknova AI. So what I'll do is guys, I'll go ahead and explain what this news is all about. And then I'll go ahead and explain key features and benefits regarding this. And I'll go ahead and discuss how it is actually built on Bitcoin strengths. And what is the AI powered tool. And could it be a game changer in the industry. And if you want to go ahead and get involved in this, guys, I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now, the first news, guys, is connected to artificial intelligence and MIT SMR Middle East. They have partnered with AstraTech, and they are launching AI adoption white paper to kick off 2025. So I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now, the second news, guys, is a massive news. And this is connected to Bitcoin mining industry. And Phoenix Group from Dubai, they're expanding the mining operation in US. And this is ahead of the Nasdaq listing. So I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now look, guys, with President Donald Trump sworn in, could it be possible a lot of companies will be moving to the United States of America? Definitely a very high possibility in my opinion. So that is one industry we definitely need to keep an eye on. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website that is www.amt.tv and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, hey guys, look, there are a few things that I'm really passionate about in life. The first one is death metal, second is Bitcoin, the third one is ice cold beer, and since the last decade I'm passionate about obstacle course racing, and Spartan Race, they are the pinnacle of obstacle course racing. Now here's the thing guys, Spartan Race is starting a new chapter in the Middle East, and what better way to start it by having the first ever Spartan trifecta in Dubai. So Spartan Race in the Middle East is doing it really big, and they are organizing 3 events taking place between the 25th and 26th of this month, and they're doing it at the most iconic location, that is Dubai Parks and Resorts. So look guys, if you're into running, if you want to challenge yourself, and if you're into adventure, you definitely need to check out Spartan Race Middle East, and Spartan Race is what you need to sign up for. Now I'm a brand ambassador for Spartan Race guys, and I have a 20% discount code just for you. And the code for that is George20, and the link to that is in the show notes below as well. Now look guys, I'm addicted to Spartan Race, and I do have a second podcast called as the Race Space Podcast, where I've interviewed athletes, world champions and race directors. So please feel free to go and check out my second podcast. And also guys, go to YouTube and look at Spartan Race, and you have a chance to be part of history, because this is the first ever trifecta in Dubai. So when you talk about trifecta guys, essentially there are 3 events. One of them is called a sprint, which is essentially 5 kilometers with 20 obstacles. The second one is super, which has 10 kilometers and 25 obstacles. And the third one is called a beast, which is 20 kilometers of running and 30 obstacles. So look guys, if you want to overcome your obstacles, want to go out and challenge yourself, sign up for Spartan Race in the Middle East, and the discount code is George20, and the link to that is in the show notes below. So see you guys at the event. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Space Podcast. So check out the Race Space Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Space Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race Space Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below
to buy a hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, guys, the numbers are looking really good, to be honest, and it is only because of one reason, guys. The US election outcome has been certified, and now President Donald Trump will be sworn in on the 20th of January. And because of that, guys, looks like the investor sentiment is great, and the global cryptocurrency market now is at $3.59 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 2.49%. But check this out, guys. If you actually look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, today it is at $133.22 billion. Now what you need to do is, guys, this particular number you need to compare it with the volume of stable coins, and along with that you also need to look at the 24-hour trading volume, and if the numbers are increasing, guys, that essentially gives an indication as to which direction the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be heading towards. And I'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this, because if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, since the last 24 hours it is up by 62.39%, and in terms of dollar amount, it is at $133.22 billion. Now if you look at the volume on DeFi, guys, as I've been saying since the last 2 years, no matter what happens in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency or even in the ETF world, the volume on decentralized finance has been disappointing, and since the last 24 hours it is only at $10.24 billion, and decentralized finance, guys, as of today, is accounting for 7.72% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now if you look at the total value locked, guys, it is at $130.73 billion. Now the only reason why I read out this matrix, guys, is when you talk about decentralized finance, the total value lock kind of gives an indication as to how many people are believing in the future of decentralized finance. Now look, guys, prior to BlackRock getting into the Bitcoin spot ETF game, the total value locked was ridiculously low, and when there was news circulating that Ethereum spot ETF has been applied, that was the only time when investment started to flow in and people wanted to become validators. And because of that, and only because of that, guys, the total value locked has been pumping up. But look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised over the next coming months, the total value locked will actually be on a downtrend, because with the spot Ethereum ETF, the investors do not get access to newly created Ethereum. So why would you want to go out and buy the spot ETF? You may as well buy the actual Ethereum and then put it up for staking as a service. So these are things you need to be aware about, and that is one of the reasons why I tend to look at the total value locked. And if you look at the total value locked, guys, Lido has always been dominating, and its total value locked is at $35.42 billion. Now one matrix which I definitely keep an eye on, that is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, and this at an industry level gives us an indication, guys, as to which direction the industry is heading towards when you talk about decentralization or distributed nature of working. Now decentralized to centralized exchange dominance today is at 32.41%, but look, as I've been saying this over and over again, there is a very high possibility out of this 32.41%. A lot of centralized exchanges are using decentralized exchange, and I wouldn't be surprised if centralized exchanges account for more than 20%, to be honest. Now let's quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, guys. And for the second day in a row, Radium's 24-hour volume is about the $2 billion mark, and it has overtaken the volume of Uniswap by a really large volume. And Radium's 24-hour volume is at $2.46 billion. Now regarding Radium, guys, you should know that this is a decentralized exchange that works on your Solana blockchain. And regarding Solana blockchain, guys, over 70% of new Solana token launch is currently taking place via Pump.Fun, and Pump.Fun has dominated Solana network transactions, and they are accounting for 70% over 2 days, and that is only the reason why, guys, the volume of Radium has been picking up pace in my honest opinion. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if Uniswap, the decentralized exchange, comes back to number 1 position, because today it is at number 2nd, and the 24-hour trading volume is at $1.90 billion, far below the $2 billion mark. And at number 3rd, guys, is at PancakeSwap, and its 24-hour volume is $892.03 million. Orca, guys, is at number 4th. Its 24-hour volume is $631.06 million. And finally, Aerodrome is at number 5th, and its 24-hour trading volume is $554.59 million. Now let me do one thing, guys. Let me quickly run through the volume of stable coins. And as I mentioned earlier, we need to look at the 24-hour cryptocurrency market volume and then compare it with the volume of stable coins. And generally speaking, guys, if the volume of stable coins is high, and if the 24-hour trading volume is increasing, this just means that people are not selling their cryptocurrencies, rather they're converting it into stable coins. That is what my honest opinion is. Now, so far as the volume of stable coins is concerned, it is at $122.62 billion, and stable coins, guys, as of today, is accounting for 92.05% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And it's no surprise that Tether USDT is leading the pack, and its 24-hour volume is $108.35 billion. Now, I'm really curious to check, guys, with MiCA regulations kicking in, and with a lot of centralized exchanges delisting Tether USDT, what would be the volume of Tether USDT in the second and third quarter of this year? Now, the number second so far the 24-hour volume of stablecoins is concerned is Circle USDC, and its 24-hour volume is $7.73 billion. At number third, guys, is FDUSD, and its 24-hour volume is at $5.95 billion. Now, let me quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume, and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is almost doubled since the last 24 hours, and today it is at $51.94 billion. And look, guys, because President-elect Donald Trump's election has been certified, even the prices of Bitcoin has crossed the $101,000 mark right now. So this is definitely great for the month of January. But look, guys, on the 15th of this month, the CPI numbers will be out, and I'm definitely expecting some kind of volatility. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the episode that I released on the 6th of this month, I went ahead and explained 3 crucial dates and what kind of an impact will have on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So the first one is the 15th of January when the CPI numbers will be out. The second one will be the 20th of January when President-elect Trump will be sworn in. And finally, guys, on the 29th of January is when the FOMC meeting will take place. So definitely keep an eye on those dates. Now, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume of Ethereum, since the last 24 hours it is almost double, and its 24-hour volume is $23.97 billion. Now, if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, guys, it has crossed the $2 trillion mark once again, and right now it is at $2.02 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is at $443 billion. Now, if you look at the dominance, guys, it is no surprise because the volume of Solana has been pumping up, the dominance of Bitcoin as well as Ethereum has gone down, and this is because Solana is taking most of the chunks of as dominance is concerned. Now, if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin, guys, today it is at 55.28%, whereas Ethereum's dominance has gone down to 12.40%. Now, in my Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, guys, I tend to look at one different matrix, and in today's episode, guys, I want to look at the market cap of metaverse and gaming protocols, and Immutable X is number 1, and its market cap is at $2.52 billion. Now, regarding metaverse and gaming protocols, guys, I was looking at some information regarding metaverse, and there is a tender project by the Dubai government, and this is to do with digital twins. And if you're interested in that, guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com, and I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now, going back to the market cap of metaverse and gaming protocols, at number 2 is Gala, and its market cap is at $1.81 billion. The Sandbox, guys, is at number 3. Its market cap is at $1.47 billion, and Axie Infinity, guys, is at number 5, and its market cap is at $1.15 billion. Now, regarding metaverse, guys, the only thing I can say that in order for metaverse to gain mainstream adoption, the new user experience has to be 10 times better than what we are currently experiencing. Just switching current existing systems onto metaverse will not cut it. The user experience in metaverse has to go ahead and capture all the 5 senses as well. And in the past, guys, one of the series I used to release every Fridays was Metaverse Everything, and I've interviewed quite a lot of CEOs and tech founders in the metaverse space. So go back to 2022 and 2023, guys, and please feel free to go and listen to some of the episodes. Now, could it be possible 3 to 5 years down the line metaverse takes a resurgence? I'm definitely confident that will happen. Now, guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin is at $101,986. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 3.42%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 10.17%. Ethereum, guys, is at $3,679. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.98%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 9.84%. Ripple XRP is definitely looking good since the last few days. Today, the price is at $2.41. And since the last 24 hours, guys, the price of Ripple XRP is up by 0.74%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by a staggering 16.85%. Now look, so far as politicians are concerned, they directly and indirectly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And the only reason why the price is pumping up, guys, is because few hours ago the US electoral certification was taking place, and now it is 100% official that President-elect Donald Trump will be sworn in on the 20th of January. And that is positive news not just for America but for the entire world. And because of that, guys, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are pumping up. And talking about politicians, guys, based on my understanding, Vivek Ramaswamy could potentially be the next president of the United States of America. And if you're into US politics, guys, you should know that he's a massive advocate of Bitcoin. And one of the company he co-founded is Strive and Strive Asset Management, guys. They are filed with SEC to launch something called a Strive Bitcoin Bond ETF. And this ETF, guys, is an actively managed fund investing in bonds issued by the companies, and they are heavily invested in Bitcoin. And this particular fund, guys, will primarily be targeting Bitcoin bonds, including assets like those of MicroStrategy, and they will be gaining direct exposure to investment in derivatives. Now, this particular move, guys, highlights the growing integration of cryptocurrencies into traditional finance. And what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, there is an official filing by the SEC. So please feel free to go and check it out. Because look, Strive Asset Management, guys, is co-founded by Vivek Ramaswamy. And them filing this ETF is definitely a massive deal. And this actively managed ETF, guys, as I mentioned earlier, aims to invest in convertible bonds that are issued by companies that allocate significant portions of the capital to purchasing Bitcoin. And the fund will be managed by Strive CEO, that is Matthew Cole, alongside portfolio manager Jeffrey Sherman and Randall Curtis. So definitely positive news in the world of politics as well as Bitcoin. Now the next news, guys, is connected to Bitcoin once again, and this is to do with Bitcoin mining hash rate. Now regarding Bitcoin mining difficulty, guys, every 2016 block, the Bitcoin mining difficulty gets adjusted, and since the last few years, guys, every few months Bitcoin mining difficulty is reaching a new all-time high. And just few days ago, guys, Bitcoin mining difficulty did actually reach to a new all-time high. And as of today, the current Bitcoin mining hash rate is 887.528 hashes per second. And this is representing the global Bitcoin mining hash rate with a mining difficulty of 109.78 terahash. And right now the block number is 878.081. And by the time you're listening to the episode, guys, new blocks will be generated by that time. Now, in case if you want to go ahead and view the Bitcoin hash rate chart for current and all-time Bitcoin historical hash rates, in the show notes below there is a link by CoinWars, and that particular link gets updated real time. Now look, so far as the Bitcoin hash rate is concerned, the Bitcoin hash rate is essentially calculated using the current Bitcoin mining difficulty, and this is defined by the Bitcoin block time, and the average block time of the last block multiplied by the number of blocks. Now look, guys, if you do need any further consultation on this, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com, and in the Bitcoin DXB platform that I'm going to be launching, guys, I'll go ahead and explain this at a very basic level. We'll also touch base on what SHA-256 is, that is Secure Hashing Algorithm 256. We will also look at Merkle Tree, and we'll also go ahead and take a deep dive into what is it that the miners tend to solve. So if you do want to go ahead and support the BitcoinDXB.org platform, guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some interesting development regarding MiCA regulations. And 4 digital asset firms, they have obtained MiCA licenses in the Netherlands. And according to our daily, guys, 4 digital asset companies, that is MoonPay, Bitstate, Fintech ZBD or ZBD, as well as Hidden Road, they have recently received MiCA licenses in the Netherlands. And this approval enables them to operate across 27 countries within the European Union. And the European Union had deadline on the 30th of December 2024. But it's really important to note, guys, not all countries have managed to go ahead and implement it. Now, regarding this news, the news is published by Business Insider, and the link to that is in the show notes below. Now, guys, let me go ahead and discuss a really interesting news where artificial intelligence is kind of merging with Bitcoin technology, and Stacknova, guys, is claiming to be the first AI-powered Bitcoin launchpad, and this is built on Stack's Layer 2 technology. And what they are claiming is that Stacknova enhances Bitcoin's capabilities with smart contract, and they're also working on scalable infrastructure, and looks like they want to unlock liquidity for decentralized finance. Now look, guys, with AI-driven analytics, project evaluations, and fundraising tools, Stacknova empowers investors and founders to succeed. and they want to create a unified ecosystem for growth and innovation. So if you do need more information regarding Stacknova, guys, try to look at the Twitter X profile, and they also have a Telegram community. But what I want to do is, guys, I want to go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion. So I want to go ahead and touch base on some key features and benefits. So I want to go ahead and discuss how does it actually build on Bitcoin's strength, and then I want to go ahead and discuss the different AI powered tools and why it could potentially be a game changer. And if you want to go ahead and get involved, guys, I'll go ahead and discuss how you can get involved in this. Now, Stacknova essentially, guys, is an AI powered platform that helps decentralized finance projects on Bitcoin, and it is claiming to be first of its kind and is built on Stack Layer 2 technology. And their promise is that it enhances Bitcoin's capabilities without changing its core principles. So the big question is, how does it utilize its Bitcoin strength? Because look, guys, this is the area where Stack's Layer 2 technology kicks in, and that makes Bitcoin faster and more efficient, while at the same time introducing advanced features like smart contracts and Bitcoin-backed tokens, such as SBTC, which is a token linked to Bitcoin's value. And they're also working on Nakamoto's upgrade, guys, which improves transaction speed and unlocks Bitcoin's liquidity, and this would allow to play a bigger role in decentralized finance. Now, regarding AI powered tools, guys, so far as investors are concerned, this will allow for real-time analytics and predictive models to make smarter decisions, and they are also working on transparent evaluation of projects to reduce risk. And regarding project founders, guys, there will be tools for better fundraising, visibility, and long-term growth. Now, so the big question is, could this actually be a game changer? Now look, guys, Stacknova is aiming to create a unified ecosystem that solves big challenges in Bitcoin DeFi, and according to this news, investors will get the tools to invest confidently, and founders will get support to build and grow their projects. So essentially, guys, Stacknova AI aligns with the interest, and it builds trust and collaboration, making it easier for everyone to succeed. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the future to this is. Because look, guys, Bitcoin's DeFi ecosystem is growing rapidly right now, but at the same time they're facing challenges like scalability and lack of tools. And Stacknova provides a secure and transparent platform, making it easier for beginners and experts to participate in the future of decentralized finance. Now, if you want to go ahead and get involved in this, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is visit the Stacknova's website, and more importantly, go ahead and read the detailed documentation for a deep understanding. And there are so many updates right now taking place, so follow Stacknova on Twitter as well as the Telegram community. Now look, as early adopters always tend to benefit in these cases, so if you want to be an early adopter, you could potentially be benefiting 10x or 20x by this. But look, guys, this is definitely not financial advice. Now regarding Stacknova AI, guys, they are currently partnering with Bitcoin.com, which by the way you should know is a leader in the cryptocurrency space, and looks like Bitcoin.com wants to expand awareness and adoption of Bitcoin DeFi innovations. So look, guys, the only thing I can say is that Stacknova AI is claiming to be a groundbreaking platform that makes it easier to launch, invest and grow DeFi projects on Bitcoin, and they are claiming to use cutting-edge AI scalable technologies. So it is an opportunity to be part of a new wave in decentralized finance. But look, guys, I cannot stress this fact. Make sure you go and do your own research and don't take absolutely anyone's word for it. And whatever I'm saying, guys, is definitely not financial advice. Make sure you go and do your own research. So these were some macro level news, guys, from the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from the UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is regarding artificial intelligence. And MIT SMR Middle East and National Technology, they have launched an AI adoption white paper to kick off 2025. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Because so far as the white paper is concerned, guys, it is titled Leveraging Actionable Generative AI in the Middle East, and they are planning to begin this in 2025. And the white paper, guys, serves as a guide for business leaders, technologists, and policymakers to understand the transformative potential of AI technologies like LLM or large learning models, as well as SLM, that is small language models, and large action models, also called as LAMs. Now look, as UAE's leadership in AI is definitely a great thing, and 53.2% of survey respondents were from the United Arab Emirates, and they highlighted nation's leadership in adopting AI technology. And what the white paper also states is that AI integration in business is nearly 44.74% of UAE companies, and these companies use LLMs or large learning models, or even SLMs, that is small language models, and their primary focus is on customer service and product development. And the white paper also talks about localized AI perspective, and the white paper emphasizes the importance of localization to address cultural sensitivities, compliance, and maximize AI effectiveness in the Middle East. The white paper, guys, also talks about AI adoption stages, and what the white paper states is that 27% of businesses are exploring artificial intelligence, 36% are at initial stages of adoption, 13% have deeply integrated artificial intelligence, and 13% lead in innovation AI applications, and 9% of them are focusing on monetizing AI capabilities. And regarding artificial intelligence and retail, guys, retail companies in the Middle East do actually use large learning models, small learning models, and large action models, and they use it to deliver personalized shopping experience based on customer purchase history. And they also look at the browsing behavior as well. And the white paper also touches based on AI user interaction in the UAE. And according to the white paper, guys, 46% use AI for information retrieval, 33% for customer service, and 13% for personalized recommendation. And the white paper, guys, also touches based on enhanced customer experience, and businesses leverage AI to streamline shopping, enhance satisfaction, and create tailored consumer experiences. And UAE businesses, guys, address security concerns by developing in-house language models for regulatory compliance, and this aids efficiency and productivity for businesses. And they also had a survey, guys, and the insights from the survey come from senior executives, department heads, and managers across various industries with strong UAE representation. And the white paper, guys, also talks about AI benefits for businesses, and it is needless to say that AI adoption drives operational efficiency, cost reduction, and improved customer satisfaction. And regarding Middle East AI leadership, guys, this white paper talks about the region led by the UAE, which is positioning itself as a hub for AI innovation. Now, regarding Hashrate mission, guys, the company is focusing on transforming accessibility to service through its Ultra app, and the white paper, guys, also touches based on AI-driven compliance solutions and conversational AI bots, help compliance officers by providing answers to regulatory questions, thereby enhancing productivity. Now, look, guys, if you're someone in UAE, you definitely know what Potem is, isn't it? And Hashrate, they are the ones who actually own Potem app, and even fintech company called as PayBuy, and they are leveraging these to integrate their power services into Ultra app. So definitely a very powerful company, isn't it? Now another company from Dubai, guys, that is Phoenix Group, they are trying to make it international, and UAE's Phoenix Group, guys, they have opened up the crypto mining facility in the United States of America. So let me go ahead and talk about the second news for today. Now regarding Phoenix Group, guys, they were founded in 2017, and Phoenix Group is the largest crypto mining operator in the MENA region, and they manage 765 megawatts of mining facilities across US, Canada, and the United Arab Emirates, and they are planning to have a new facility in North Dakota, and they opened a 50 megawatts crypto mining site, adding over 2.7 exahashes to its mining arm once fully operational. Now previously, guys, they had a facility in South Carolina, and they opened a 25 megawatts mining facility in South Carolina. Now regarding the US market strategy, guys, the US is right now a key market, and with President Donald Trump set to sworn in, I'm pretty much sure the new facilities will be extremely vital to Phoenix Group's investment strategy. Now just few years ago, guys, Phoenix Group did actually have an IPO as well, and in October of 2023, Phoenix Group became the first private crypto and blockchain company listed on Abu Dhabi Stock Exchange, and the IPO actually raised $370 million, with subscription exceeding the initial offer by 33 times. And so far as retail investor interest is concerned, guys, there was some really strong retail investor participation, and it exceeded the expectation by 180 times. And now the aim is to list it on Nasdaq by 2025 as they expand the global presence. Now regarding the new facility, guys, it definitely strengthens its North American footprint, and this underlines a commitment to the global growth. And so far as the North Dakota site is concerned, guys, it significantly boosts Phoenix Group's energy capacity and mining potential. So definitely game changer in my opinion. Now Phoenix Group CEO, that is Resna Legitin, views the US as a strategic market and sees the new facility as critical for achieving the investment objectives, and have very strongly feel that Phoenix Group's operation and strategic expansion positions them as a leader in the Bitcoin mining industry in the MENA region, and they distribute MicroBT's mining devices in countries like Egypt, Turkey, and Kenya as well. So look, as operations across 3 continents definitely illustrate Phoenix Group's ambitions for worldwide influence in the cryptocurrency industry, and with the recent IPO success and upcoming Nasdaq plans, Phoenix Group from the Middle East is definitely poised to drive innovation and expansion in the Bitcoin mining sector. So definitely brilliant news in my opinion. So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Jim who asks, which DeFi tool would you find more useful? Advanced analytics, smart contracts, or Bitcoin liquidity solutions? This, to be honest, Jim, is really an interesting question. Now, when you talk about Bitcoin liquidity, I do feel that Bitcoin liquidity solution could be a game changer. Because while advanced analytics and smart contracts provide valuable insights and functionality, I very strongly feel that unlocking Bitcoin's liquidity in particular will enable a broader range of financial opportunities. But at the same time, it is so important to understand that we do not lose control of our Bitcoin. And this goes back to the whole notion of not your keys, not your Bitcoin. Now, regarding liquidity solutions, I very strongly feel it does allow for seamless integration into DeFi ecosystem. And this would definitely enhance scalability as well as bridge the gap between Bitcoin stability and DeFi innovation potential. But that thing being said, I very strongly feel regarding decentralized finance, advanced analytics, smart contracts and liquidity solutions will actually play a crucial role. And this is not taking Bitcoin into consideration. I'm talking about decentralized finance barring Bitcoin. So I very strongly feel that advanced analytics would be the most transformative for decentralized finance so far as transparency and data-driven decision-making is concerned. And Jim, I very strongly feel with advanced analytics, users will be in a position to gain real-time insights into market trends, evaluate risk, and even optimize strategies. Now, one classic example on the top of my head I can think of, Jim, is where tools will be in a position to provide predictive modeling and detailed project evaluation. And according to me, Jim, this will enable both seasoned investors and newcomers alike, and it will help in making better informed decisions, isn't it? And this particular move will foster a more inclusive ecosystem where participants can manage their assets effectively, and this can be done without relying on centralized institutions. That thing being said, Jim, smart contracts are the backbone of decentralized finance, isn't it? And automating transactions and ensuring trustless operations, while liquidity solutions drive efficiency and scalability, that will be a game changer. And the synergy of these tools is something which I feel will make DeFi revolutionary, but only time will tell if that thing would happen or not. However, Jim, it's really important to understand that advanced analytics will empower users to navigate this complex landscape, and this will make it the most valuable tool for unlocking the full potential of decentralized finance. But look, so far as the numbers regarding decentralized finance is concerned, it has been more than disappointing in my honest opinion. So only time will tell if decentralized finance has a resurgence in the space, but definitely an interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.